Hey, what is going on, guys? Goose here, man, and come back at your video. I can finally make a college football video that really concerns LSU because LSU plays this Saturday against Mississippi State in Baton Rouge. I think there's going to be about 25% capacity, somewhere around that. I think that's what I heard LSU's doing. Of course, no tailgating over there, blah, blah, blah. But, hey, SEC is finally starting football this coming weekend. And LSU plays Mississippi State, a game that I'll be doing on my channel. I think the game's at 2:30 Central Time, 3:30 on the East Coast. Of course, LSU won the national championship last year. Of course, everybody knows about Joe Burrow, Joe Brady, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. The list goes on and on and on. They had, 14 players drafted in this last draft. I think it was like 13, 14 players that were drafted into the NFL. Of course, some players make the rosters, some don't, but they did have 14 players drafted. Of course, let's see the key losses on LSU, because they got a bunch of them. Of course, one, the Heisman Trophy winner, Joe Burrow, lost Joe Burrow. Jamar Chase, their best receiver, opted out this season. They lost, of course, Justin Jefferson to the draft. Patrick Queen, Joker Phillips, Kristen Fulton, Michael Divinity, Thaddeus Moss. I mean, list goes on and on and on of the players that they lost off that team last year, and it just shows you how good of a team they had when you had that many players that get drafted into the NFL. But they do have some talent still left on the team, surprisingly. I mean, I know some people probably don't know about it, but it's all going to depend upon their quarterback. It's all going to depend upon Myles Brennan. Myles Brennan is going to be a redshirt junior this year, so he's been in the system for like 4 years now. But of course, they've had some different offensive coordinators during that time. But this is his fourth year in the program, so I mean, it's all going to depend upon him. Can he perform? Of course, he's not going to do what Joe Burrow did. He's not going to those 60 touchdown passes. I mean, not going to happen. But let's just say he throws 25 in a 10-game season. Let's say he just throws 25 touchdowns in a 10-game season. That's what, 2.5 a game. I think that's pretty good. I don't think he'll do that, but let's just say he throws 25 or 20. Let's say he throws 20 touchdowns. That's 2 a game. I mean, I think a lot of LSU fans, myself, would take that. But it's all dependent upon him. Of course, they have a slew of running backs coming back. Even though they lost Edwards-Helaire, they have Chris Curry, probably going to be the starter. They got Davis Price, a backup. Of course, Emery, another guy that's going to be another backup. So they got a three-headed monster at running back. I would assume that LSU would run the ball more this year than they did last year, just because of the production that they lost, especially at the quarterback position. Unless Myles Brennan comes out and slings it like Joe Burrow, which I don't think is going to happen. But that's the only way LSU would throw the football like they did last year, is if Myles Brennan can just duplicate, or not, I shouldn't say duplicate, but if he can just do half of what Joe Burrow did. But I think LSU would run the ball more this year than they did last year, because of the slew of running backs that they have. And I don't think they're going to be like they were, the Les Miles tenure towards the end of his career, where they just have a horrific passing offense. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think you might see more runs this year than passes. All right, so let's go over to Mississippi State. As Mississippi State has a new head coach, Mike Leach. Of course, Mike Leach coached at Texas Tech. He coached at Washington State. He also was the offensive coordinator at Kentucky at one point, and also at Oklahoma. So he's been around for a very, very long time. Good offensive mind. His defense is kind of lackluster, especially where he's been. But he does throw the football around. Mississippi State, I mean, they're going to throw it. He's not going to change his offensive philosophy. So expect Mississippi State to come out and throw it. I mean, they might throw it 30, 40 times a game. Just the way his offense is. He's an air raid offense. He throws it. Mississippi State does have a good running back, and I think Kalen Hill's his name. But I just think that he might see a lot of passing this year with Mississippi State. I think they got like 6 quarterbacks on the roster. So I mean, you might see all of them this year. The way Mike Leach throws it around, and the way he's gonna have to try to find a quarterback that fits his offensive system. I don't think Schrader is that guy. He's more of a running quarterback, so he really doesn't fit Mike Leach's system. But I think Mike Leach is going to try. He'll try to fit a square peg in a round hole. He'll make this. He'll try to make this guy throw the ball 50 times a game, but we'll see. But LSU's favored by 18.5 points, 17, depending upon where you look at. I think it's a lot of points. I think it's a lot of points for the first game of the year when you really don't know what anybody has for these teams. There's no cupcake games to gauge what these teams have. That's a lot of points. I would probably stay away from it if I was a bettor. I would probably stay away from it unless you want to bet the money line. I think LSU's going to win. I'm just not too confident in them winning by more than 17 points. That's a lot of points you give up, especially your first game. But yeah, LSU football is back. LSU football is back, and hopefully we can continue to do some LSU football videos and streams. Hopefully nothing gets derailed in this season. We've already seen some games get canceled, postponed because of what's going on. But hopefully that does not happen with the SEC. So they got 10 games, all conference, no out of conference games with the SEC. Big Ten's back. Big Ten is back. They're going to start mid-October. Pac-12, they're going to be the odd man left out. Pac-12 is probably not going to come back this season. I think it's too late in the game for them to even get anything going. Pac-12 should have announced when the Big Ten announced a few days ago that they were going to start mid-October, and then we would have all Power 5 conferences playing, and we definitely would have had a college football playoff. We definitely would have had the New Year's Six bowl games, but yeah, Pac-12 is going to be odd man out. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Will LSU win? Will they cover? I think it's around 16, 17. It's around. It all depends on where you look. Let's just say 17 points. Will they cover 17? I'm going to say no. I think they'll win by maybe like 14, something like that. I definitely, but we'll see. So Saturday afternoon, 3:30 Eastern Time, 2:30 Central. I will be on this channel calling the LSU game. I'll also be live tonight doing the Saints and the Raiders from the Death Star over there in Las Vegas. New Death Star in Las Vegas. They're opening up a new stadium over there in Las Vegas, and no fans. It stinks. It sucks that at Los Angeles and Las Vegas opens up these new stadiums and they can't have any fans. But all right, guys, that's all. I'm gonna get out of here. Have a good one, and go Tigers.